My sparkly top, borrowed from Sarah's discard pile, shines. She said it was perfect for a laid-back Vegas weekend. The other girls gather around, bumping into each other, all vying for space in the mirror. A perfect start to our quiet night out. Neon lights spill across the strip, casting ever-changing colors on our skin. The first bar greets us with sticky floors and heavy bass, and the shots line up like soldiers, tequila, vodka, something blue and smoking. Sarah jumps on her heels, her ponytail already slipping out. Her laugh grows louder with each round. 3 bars later, the world tilts, and everything seems funnier than it should be. Meg stumbles, barely catching herself on a lamppost. "Oh my God, you guys!" she exclaims, pointing across the street at pink neon signs offering the best male review in Vegas. Sarah freezes, her eyes lighting up like it's Christmas. "We have to go," she says, gripping my arm with her nails digging in. "It's my last chance." The others squeal in agreement, and my stomach churns with too much alcohol. But the warning signals are drowned in tequila. The velvet ropes part like magic, and we're ushered into a VIP section, wrapped in sleek leather and chrome. Everything feels high-end, expensive. Champagne appears without a word, crystal flutes materializing out of nowhere. The bass vibrates through my bones, through the leather seats, through my skull. Sarah dances on the table, her heels long gone, her hair flying wildly. She smiles with reckless abandon. A dancer emerges from the darkness, his muscles rippling under glitter and oil. His smile promises trouble. His eyes lock onto Sarah, seeing easy prey. She beckons him closer, her engagement ring catching the light. Without thinking, my phone rises, and I start recording. His hands explore areas they shouldn't, while Sarah wraps her legs around his waist, her head thrown back in abandon. His shorts leave little to the imagination, and I zoom in, my hands unsteady as I record it all. The table's edge digs into my arms, and my voice rises above the music, egging them on. Their bodies pressed together, the dancer's shorts slipping lower, Sarah's dress riding up past decency. The other girls scream beside me, but I keep filming. The dancer whispers something in Sarah's ear, and she responds by grinding against him harder, her rings flashing like accusations under the strobe lights. More dancers appear, more champagne flows. Sarah's focus never shifts from her first conquest. My camera captures everything, their movements, his hands, her responses. The music grows louder, faster, the display becoming more explicit with each new track. My voice, louder than anyone else's, keeps cheering. My phone stays steady despite the alcohol flooding my system. The Uber arrives like salvation, its headlights cutting through our champagne haze. Sarah collapses across the back seat, her head heavy on my shoulder. Between hiccups, she mumbles James's name. The dancer's sweat still glistens on her skin, his glitter transferred to her dress, neck, and thighs. The driver ignores our drunken chaos, probably used to mess like this. Our room key struggles to work as the bed spins when I collapse, still fully dressed. Somewhere in my foggy brain, a voice whispers that I should delete the video, but we're too drunk for serious discussions about secrecy. No promises needed, no oaths of silence. The night will slip away into Vegas legend, remembered only in fuzzy fragments and private laughs. Sleep claims me before I even remove my shoes, and my phone slips from my fingers, the video safely stored. The next morning, it will all feel like a blurry dream, wild stories to share over brunch, heavily edited for future retellings. My last conscious thought drifts through vodka haze. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Later, I'm scrolling mindlessly through Facebook at 1 a.m. The blue light burns my tired eyes, but sleep is elusive. Mary's somewhere in Vegas with the girls, and my phone buzzes. It's Dave, a college friend who works at the security desk downstairs. I answer immediately. Dave wouldn't text at this hour without reason. "Aaron, man, there's this video going around. Sarah's in it and Mary too. My cousin works at Sapphire and sent it to me. Thought you should know before morning." The video plays, the thumbnail flashing familiar faces. My chest tightens as the shaky camera catches Mary in the background, standing on leather seats, phone raised high, cheering to something I can't hear over the music. The timestamp shows it was taken 2 hours ago. My thumb hovers over the pause button as Sarah fills the frame, now wrapped around a nearly naked dancer. The images burn into my mind. Her legs around his waist, his hands all over her, her wedding ring flashing in the stage lights. Mary's voice cuts through the club music. "Get it, girl." Comments and shares multiply rapidly. My hands shake as I dial Mary's number. 1 ring, 2 rings, then 10. Her voice comes through, thick with sleep. "Aaron, what's wrong?" I barely get the words out. Check your tags. There's a rustling sound, then a sharp intake of breath. Oh, God, no! Her voice cracks. Aaron, I'm waking James. My feet already moved toward his room. We had planned tomorrow's bachelor activities over beers earlier, but now I'm about to tear his world apart. I knock on James's door and he answers immediately, his frown deepening in the hallway light. Aaron, is everything okay? I hand him my phone without saying a word, watching confusion turn to disbelief, then devastation. His face crumples, aging years in a matter of seconds. The video plays twice before he says her name, his voice breaking. Sarah. He sinks onto his couch, staring blankly. Call her. I dial Sarah's number on speakerphone, waiting as it rings. Jimmy, baby, why are you... Her voice stammers out. I see you. James's voice comes out strangled. The video, Sarah. Everyone sees you. Silence hangs in the air. Then Sarah's denial starts to dissolve into tears and excuses. James, please. He sits motionless, absorbing each lie. My own marriage starts to crack. Questions rising like sharks in dark waters. How easily Mary filmed, cheered, and participated. How long had this been happening? James stands up suddenly. His hands shake as he reaches for his car keys, but I grab his shoulders. Not now, James. I've known him since college, but our friendship might be breaking apart in my living room. Now, Mary, I need you to find Sarah. Keep her in the hotel, he says, voice desperate. Aaron, please. I can't handle it. Not now. I promise to deal with Sarah while James handles the mess with Mary. The fluorescent lights of the pharmacy sting my eyes as I buy sleeping pills and water. Anything to help James through these first hours. The cashier doesn't question my trembling hands. Back home, James stares at his phone, reading messages from family, already seeing the footage. Your wife? He meets my eyes. How long are we this stupid, Aaron? The question echoes as dawn breaks. Mary's texts flood my phone. Explanations, apologies, excuses. Each one chips away at 15 years of trust. The video replays in my head. Mary cheering, Sarah grinding. Sacred vows shattering under strobe lights. James finally falls asleep on my couch, the pharmacological peace smoothing his features. I sit in the dark, watching clips from the night spread across social media. Questions multiply like cancer cells. What else don't I know? How many other nights? Why did my wife so eagerly document another marriage's destruction? The sun rises over suburban silence, and as I watch my best friend's world burn, I wonder if my marriage died in that VIP section too. The sound of my thoughts echoes in my mind. James, who? My phone buzzes constantly with notifications as sunlight cuts through the hotel curtains. Each ping strikes like a hammer, amplifying my hangover. Comments, tags, shares, the videos everywhere. Sarah huddles in the bathroom, throwing up. The morning after has never been this painful. Aaron's text burns on my screen. Sweet, no emojis, no softening words. My hands shake as I type back, okay. The hallway stretches on endlessly, Sarah's sobs growing louder with each step. The weight of my wedding ring pulls my hand down as I make my way 20 floors up. Aaron's voice feels soft, but it's no comfort. The door opens, and James stands there, his expression a mix of disbelief and pain. Aaron stands behind him, his eyes sliding past me as if I don't exist. Inside, the glitter of the Vegas Strip shines through the large windows, indifferent to the mess unfolding inside. Last night's clothes are scattered on the floor. They had planned activities for the bachelor party today. My stomach churns. Jimmy, please. Sarah steps forward, but James raises his hand, stopping her cold. 1 million views, his voice cracks. 1 million people watched my fiancée wrap herself around a stripper. Watched everyone I love betray me. It wasn't like that. Sarah's voice rises frantic. We were drunk. It was Vegas. I've seen the video. James paces the suite, his voice growing colder. I've seen everything. The grinding, the touching, Mary cheering you on. Remember that line, Mary? His words cut through me. Heat floods my face and Aaron won't meet my gaze. We can fix this. Sarah reaches for James, but he steps back. Please, it was just one stupid night. So fix what? James laughs sharply. Everyone at our wedding would have seen it. There is no wedding now. His voice drops to a whisper. No marriage. No future. It's over. Sarah crumples onto the couch, her sobs filling the room. I move to comfort her, but Aaron blocks me, his eyes locking with mine, cold and calculating. You filmed it, he starts, his voice steady. You encouraged it. You cheered it on. I didn't upload anything, I defend myself. But the words sound weak, even to me. Someone else must have. But you filmed it, Aaron steps closer. You participated in destroying your best friend's engagement. What kind of person does that? I wasn't thinking clearly. The ice in his tone freezes me. When exactly did you stop thinking, he demands. When you decided our marriage vows meant nothing? Sarah's sobs fill the room as James stares out the window at the Vegas skyline, his posture rigid. The life we knew is disintegrating. My phone buzzes again. More comments flood in, each one tearing at my soul. Home wrecker. Horrible friends. Poor James. The words chip away at what's left of me. That the venue's canceled, James speaks to Aaron. My parents are calling. You'll handle the vendors. Aaron nods, his professional demeanor back in place. I'll start the calls, he says. The weight of irony hits me. Aaron handling James's wedding cancellation, while my own marriage falls apart. I can barely breathe. You need to go, James says, his voice cold. He won't even look at Sarah. Both of you. Out of my room. Out of my life. The elevator ride down is silent. Sarah stares at her reflection in the mirrored walls, her eyes vacant. My own marriage is hanging by a thread. Each new notification, another cut. Hours pass, Aaron texts. Staying with James. Don't wait for me. Days blur into a nightmare. The viral storm escalates, the local news picking up the story. Bachelorette party gone wrong. Sarah hasn't left the room. I scroll endlessly through the comments, each one like a fresh wound. Aaron grows colder each time I see him, and questions start to surface in his eyes. Why did you go with single friends? Why film instead of stop it? What else don't I know? We need to talk. His voice breaks the silence in our hotel room. About trust, about marriage, about who you really are. I'm still me, I respond. Are you? He slides his phone across the table. More footage, different angles. Me dancing with strangers. Me screaming encouragement. Me, unrecognizable because I don't know who that person is. The evidence leaves no room for excuses. I can't blame alcohol when my hands were steady as I filmed everything. I can't blame Vegas when I cheered instead of stopping it. I can't blame anyone but myself. Our marriage shows deep cracks now. Aaron stays in James's suite, speaking only when necessary. His eyes are full of questions I can't answer. Trust, once broken, splinters like glass. Impossible to piece back together without hurting yourself in the process. Sarah's texts come in from her room. He won't take my calls. His family blocked me. My life is over. I stare at the message, unable to comfort her when my own world is falling apart. The consequences expand with each passing hour. The lights from the strip mock us through the windows. One night of poor choices has destroyed 15 years of trust, 10 years of friendship, and 2 relationships built on promises now proven meaningless. The phone rings at dawn, the venue's manager speaking with practiced sympathy. I handle the cancellation while James showers, trying to wash away the remnants of the night before. Non-refundable deposit, the manager drones on, but the money doesn't matter anymore. My best friend's world is in ruins. I'll deal with the costs later, I say. Your parents called, they're canceling flights. Your mom wants to come out. That's the first thing he's said to me in hours, James mutters. He can't face them, not here. My phone buzzes again. Mary again. I silence it without reading. The betrayal cuts deeper with every hour. Every time I close my eyes, I see her in that video, cheering, filming, destroying the wedding. The planner meets us in the hotel lobby, but her smile fades as she sees James's expression. I take control again, canceling the flowers, caterers, photographers. Each call another blow to the future James envisioned. He suddenly speaks. We had planned a guy's weekend after Vegas. We should still go. His words hang in the air. Are you sure? You need to get away from all this. I book new flights while he packs. As we leave, Mary appears in the hallway. I walk past her without acknowledging her tears. My wedding ring feels like lead on my finger, and the sunny weather of San Diego feels mocking. James spends most of the day sleeping, only waking for drinks by the pool. I watch him closely, observing his slow decline. She's still calling, he mutters. I blocked her number already. He laughs hollowly. She's using a friend's phone now. He remembers a double date when they first met. I remember both couples happy, before Vegas stripped away our illusions. My marriage is crumbling in slow motion. Mary's texts shift from desperate to angry and then to resigned. Each one exposes another flaw in our relationship. Trust shatters like glass, impossible to rebuild without pain. You never answered her, James says, watching me delete another message about that night. What's to answer? I reply, the words bitter in my mouth. My wife helped destroy my best friend's engagement, filmed it, cheered it on. He opens his phone and shows me more videos. Other nights, other clips surfacing. My heart sinks. The screen displays older footage of Mary at clubs and parties. Nothing as explicit as Vegas, but enough to prove that Vegas wasn't an anomaly. I thought nothing about it last year, girls' trips, I say, trying to find an excuse. We were both blind. The San Diego days blur. We extend our stay twice, neither of us ready to face the truth. But bills accumulate, jobs need attention, and our lives must be rebuilt. The flight home looms. James gazes out the airport window, shoulders slumped. I can't go back to the house, he says almost automatically. Stay with me. The words come out, but as they do, ice fills my chest. She won't understand, I murmur. 2 marriages destroyed in one night. Or maybe it happened long before Vegas. Vegas just stripped away the illusion. We were foolish, James admits. He boards the plane, trusting so completely. I watch California disappear beneath the clouds. My phone holds Mary's latest unread message as James said, other videos, other nights. Vegas didn't cause the betrayal, only exposed it. The trust is gone, the love corroded by lies. Our shared future, the house, the children we planned, the idea of growing old together, all sacrificed for one wild night. Or many wild nights. The truth hardly matters now. My wedding ring slips off my finger easily, and outside the plane window, clouds drift past, pure and empty. 3 days after we return from Vegas, the legal papers arrive. Aaron places them on the kitchen counter without a word. Divorce papers, simple, final. My hands shake as I open the envelope. Pack your things, Aaron says, standing in the doorway. James needs somewhere to stay. James lingers behind him, duffel bag in hand, his engagement ring tucked in his pocket. 2 relationships destroyed, and there's no way to blame alcohol or Vegas anymore. How long do I have, I ask, my voice hollow. No, today, Aaron responds. He won't look me in the eye. The storage unit is paid for, the address left on the counter. I climb the stairs to our bedroom. His bedroom now. I pack methodically while Aaron helps James settle into the guest room. My clothes, my books, my life reduced to suitcases and boxes. Each trip down the stairs passes the wall of wedding photos, now marked by blank spots where frames once hung. My mother offers her spare room, but I refuse. How do I explain to her that I've destroyed 2 marriages in one night? That her perfect little girl filmed her best friend's betrayal and cheered it on? No discussions, no mediation, no chance to explain or apologize. The video evidence makes all explanations pointless. Every moment is captured in high definition. My voice cheering, my hands filming, my willing participation in ruining everything. The storage unit smells like dust and endings. Aaron's organization is evident in everything. Labeled boxes, categorized memories, wedding photos, holiday decorations, shared moments, all reduced to cardboard containers. My new apartment is ready. Everything pre-owned like my new life. A single bed, a single chair, a single place setting. Everything feels temporary, transitional, tragic. Through mutual friends, I hear that James and Aaron are settling into bachelor routines. Game nights, takeout dinners, healing through friendship. While Sarah and I drift further apart. Both men have changed their numbers. Both have blocked us on social media. Both families have closed ranks against us. The divorce papers outline the separation in sterile legal terms. Division of assets, settlement agreements, all crushing our love into cold paragraphs. I sign where required. Each signature another nail in our coffin. Sarah calls less frequently now. Each conversation is shorter, sadder. She's moving to Seattle next month, running from the memories, viral videos, and broken dreams. I envy her escape. The divorce is finalized quickly. No children to consider. No shared property to dispute. Aaron's lawyer handles everything with efficiency. No dramatic court scenes. No tearful confrontations. Just paperwork, signatures, and silence. My wedding ring sits in a drawer now. Late at night, sometimes I take it out, remembering how one wild Vegas night destroyed everything. My marriage, my best friendship, my reputation, my future. The consequences spiral endlessly, each day bringing new losses. There's no way to fix this. No excuses can stand up against the video evidence. No alcohol-fueled explanation erases my participation. No apology rebuilds the shattered trust. Two marriages lie in ruins, destroyed by choices made under neon lights.